18 years old.
It was about 2 years ago.
Probably 22. Yeah, I would have been 22 when I was first homeless. Definitely some personal accountability in there for the amount of substances I was using. But I think it's a bit of a tragic story. In 1 week, I'd lost my car, I'd lost my job, I lost the missus that I've been with for a couple of years, plus I got kicked out of the family home. Now some of that was related to drug use, others wasn't. So it was just all hit me in one go.
Through my upbringing as well, there was a lot of feud with the family, between moving from Leeds to Loughborough. I didn't really settle in Loughborough. I had a step family, and I just didn't really integrate into the community, around that family sort of thing. I just ended up going off rails. I was at school. I had ADHD as well. It wasn't really known around then, so my behaviour was quite different to everybody else. We're getting kicked out of class a lot, and a sense of rejection.
It's alcohol. I was drinking a lot of alcohol and I ended up getting homeless through pressures in the fact with my family and stuff. And one thing led to another, being out of work as well.
When I was homeless, I got treated pretty crap, from people, because it makes you look like, you're not bothered about yourself, getting a job, but you don't look like you really care about the community, you don't care about your own life. But really, homelessness is sort of like nothing to do with that, so it ain't our fault,
It's just the lack of compassion towards any individual that's homeless. I think the only places that do give sort of compassion is these homeless services, like the Falcon Centre, like the supported living that I went through. It only seems to be services, whereas the general public disregard you. I've got mates that have had vile incidents happen to them on Friday, Saturday evenings if they're homeless in town centre. Just a lack of disrespect towards anybody that's sleeping on the streets, basically. And I think it's a lack of understanding.
In this day and age, we've got people living on the streets when we shouldn't have. I just can't get my head around it in this day and age. How this country's left people on the streets and just left them as they are.
I think it's dependent on the person's outlook on homelessness. We have some that are really, at Christmas time we was overwhelmed with donations, but then you have I think the small minority think they're just a trouble shoplifting. Everyone's a drunk, everyone's a drug user, but they don't seem to understand, what traumas they've had in their life that's put them into having to drink or use drugs.
Good evening. A charity which helps homeless and vulnerable people transform their lives and live independently is at risk of losing its funding and closing down.
Leicestershire County Council contributes £300,000 a year to run Falcon's support services, which helps people at risk of homelessness, as well as running a 30-bed hostel. But it's now considering withdrawing its grant to save money.
99% of the fact of my clean time, my homeless difficulties, my mental health, well-being, it's the Falcon that's lifted me up. They have, they've been there when I've been at my worst. When I've sat on the floor, I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm depressed, I'm just down. I've got no future aspects. But the Falcon have been there, and it's like a safety net. It really is. And the staff here are brilliant. They're understanding. They're there if you need to speak to them. If you need, if you ever feel like you need to have a vent. So yeah, it's an amazing place. And it deserves more credit.
Like every individual that comes in, all their needs are so different. We have people with very complex needs, and then we have people that have just had a bad time, just bad luck. So I think our support adapts to every single person and what they individually need.
I don't think it's just giving them a roof over their head, it's giving them self-worth back, listening. A lot of people come here, they don't feel as though they're worthy, they you know, just having someone to speak to listen to, and try and understand.
The Falcon is that first bridge back to a normal life again after being homeless. That is, sometimes it's the first people you will come in contact with that say something nice to you, that give you a little bit of hope left in your life that you might actually be able to turn everything around. They give you the gift of hope, which is more important than anything else can do.